Sequence. Shoulders with the arm. Back slightly arch. Stomach in, chest out, leg into your arm. Are you ready? Get ready. I got ready. Get ready. 1 and 2 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 11 and 6 and 1 and 5 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 6 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 11 and 11. Who's this? Oh my God, it's that feeling again. It's my animals telling me this boss. Well, there's nothing I can really do about it. If you over, I definitely have. Get you dressed, and then we can have. I don't have a place, I just have a car. If you come over, we got an F in my car. Get into my trunk, grab a hold of my junk. I'm so lonely, so lonely. I'm not fat, I'm better than that. My rod is decent, and I don't have a cat. How could I have a cat? I live in my car. I mean, it just wouldn't be fair to the cat. If you come over, I definitely have. Get you dressed, and then we can have. Not to mention, what would the cat food cost? And what if something happened to the cat? Like what if the cat got a viral infection or something? It could be really expensive. Our friend Casey had a cat. And that cat got a tumor. Yeah, she spent crazy money on chemotherapy, and the cat still died. The cat still died.
Hi, Panda.
I'm just not in a position to go through that kind of turmoil right now. Seriously. Yeah. Wash your legs so I can look at your mask. Close your eyes if you have to, I guess. I'm super quick. It'll be over before you know it.
Woo.
I put a chip in. When you were sleeping. You go buzz, 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 buzz into my ear. Plugs. This is space. No escape. You breathe loud. You sound out of shape. You drive too fast. For these weather conditions, you should respect your global position all over the world.
Hello.
We're waiting for everybody else to come.
Cool. You look very cute.
I can't hear, every time I put the music on, I can't hear who's talking, and I don't know why I keep doing this. You can hear me though, apparently.
Yes.
This is Ditto Kiddo Dance Party. Joe's here. Shit.
What is up?
Yo,
Joe, this is Helena. Helena, this is Joe.
Nice to
Elena,
meet you.
what's up? How you
Ditto
doing?
Kiddo Dance Party. We're waiting for John.
We're always waiting for John.
Your brain isn't working right. Is it loud enough? You gotta nod.
It needs to be louder. Louder.
Trust me, I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor.
Turn my headphones up.
I study medicine.
That's a good school.
Yeah. Now we're pissing off the neighbors.
Of course.
I can't take your clothes off. Put them anywhere.
Hmm. You drink, Helena?
Hell yeah.
Good. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Don't lie down. This won't take long.
I'm gonna say, if you don't, now's a good time to start.
Oh yeah, man.
There's no time better than the present,
Absolutely.
right?
Let's be able to do that thing.
Let me lick your face. Now, I'm gonna need you to
I'm just adjusting to this dress.
Isn't
I
it
like
so
it,
cute?
but I don't know
love
why.
it.
on your side and just slowly from behind. Just gives the circulation and also promotes
Whatever you want it to.
anything you wanted to.
Fucked it up.
On a level from 1 to 10, how handsome do you think I am? Ouch is not a number. I'm a
Still
doctor.
waiting for John.
Still waiting for John.
I'm a doctor.
Are you sure that you're not just not admitting him?
I'm a doctor. Yes, I can change the world. I can change the world.
There he is.
I
There he
am
is.
the world.
There he is.
You understand? Look at my white coat. Is
Good day, my John.
I'm perfect.
Hi, everybody.
John, I can't hear you. Yeah, no. Oh,
Hey,
but you're way too quiet. Hold on. We have to fix this now. Technical meeting. Technical meeting.
hello.
Better.
A little better.
How come? Say something again.
Something again. Can you hear me? Hello.
Is it kind of quiet for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my
John is
phone,
on
right?
quiet mode. That's not a good, this is not a good mode for you, John.
But like, is everybody quiet? Is it me? Is it my phone?
Am I quiet?
No.
No, you sound normal.
Yeah, no. Quiet mode's not good for me. No, John, you're quiet.
Oh, you know why though? Because he's gonna be doing a drum solo for us tonight. And so he has a different
Oh.
microphone for
No,
the
no.
drum.
No. Hold on. Do you hear me any better now?
It's
Little.
the same, but I can understand you and hear
Okay,
you.
hold on. Let me just keep talking.
Yeah, we got to get
Does
that.
Is it change anything right now? Any
Yeah, you
different?
got to get that level up.
Jesus Christ, it's already like cranked. Okay,
Right.
now, hello.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same for me.
Same.
That's good. Yell into it. Do we
How
get
about-
distortion?
No, fuck that. I can't do it with my neighbors. And nothing now. Nothing better here.
Everybody's neighbors.
Uh,
You guys realize that my neighbors are really close too. I just don't care about them.
That's the spirit.
That's how we get things done in America. Like, that's
Right.
it.
okay.
That's why my neighbors have a pool now.
How,
They're going all out, huh?
Mhm.
Just easy access drowning for their problems.
so
don't-
you guys don't hear me any better right now, correct?
You're a little better. You're definitely better than what was happening when we first were graced with your presence.
Okay. So tell me if this, as I'm talking, I'm gonna turn some things up or down. Tell me if there's a difference. Is there a difference right now? Anything different?
You
No.
seem to be getting a little louder, but only in the mids.
How about now? Anything different?
Yeah, no,
Lower.
definitely not that direction. Whatever you did, reverse that.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, anything better
You're
Yeah.
we're back to okay quality here.
Oh, it's just okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got the monitor all the way up, which doesn't matter to you.
I mean,
getting
it sound.
better.
You know what you sound like? You sound like a pilot when they go over the intercom and they say we're over Idaho right now.
So I don't sound I sound different than I did at our last shows.
Yeah, you sound
Yeah, a
like a
little
pilot.
bit.
Fuck. I don't know what
We're
the
gonna
hell.
do-
Answer on that?
Well, I recorded. I took all my stuff, unplugged it, and did a recording session. But I plugged it all back in the way it's supposed to go. So I don't know why I sound like Captain Sully Sullenberger here. But
Is one wire not pushed in all the way far enough?
I'm gonna reserve the that's what she said joke.
All right, you'll be laughing when you find out that's what it is.
No, everything is in all the way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the reaction when we find out that's the problem.
Oy.
Just laugh it off.
Well, are your drums hooked up right now?
It's not. It's my electronic drum. So here, I'll just do a quick sound check here.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could play.
Whoa, what the fuck happened? Hold on. Now that's like all.
Very loud.
Okay. How's the hell? Fuck. Oh my god. Okay. Oh wow. I really hear it now. Do you guys hear anything different?
Well,
It
we
sounds
hear
like
you
the
good.
pilot's playing.
Okay. So. Do you hear? That's a little too loud.
I mean, it's like it's still drums.
It is.
Do you hear them?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
we can hear him.
All
I'm
right.
curious if it's through the mic though, or if it's your actual feed.
No. The it's an here. I'll like kind of hover it over so you could see it. See this?
Right.
That's what I'm playing on. So it's not acoustic. It's like plugged right into an interface, which is plugged into my computer.
Right.
So no
And
mic.
now is not the time to do a plug for your interface.
Okay. That Focusrite Scarlett will remain nameless. Whoops.
Just kind of saving them there before we get into that.
There we go. Now we know that somebody has to work overtime in the QC department there.
That'll probably be me.
All
Well,
right.
Our improv is gonna be you flying a plane later, so that's set.
Dope.
Can do.
Can I be the guy?
Ladies
on the
and
wing?
gentlemen, this is your pilot. We are flying above the Grand Canyon, and as you see, if you have a window seat, that we are actually descending on a downward spiral.
Pretty much. Hey everybody, welcome to the Ding Rong Show. I'm your host Megan Jenkins, and Panda is here. She is doing something. Joe is here, John is here, and we have a special Halloween guest tonight, Helena. She's been doing 31 days of October, and every day she has a different creative costume with makeup, with attire, all of it, and completely creative, original ideas of costumes too. So we're all excited to have Helena on. Everybody welcome Helena.
Thank you.
And you
We
know what,
clap here, Helena.
she asked me what I wanted her to do tonight, and I said, I don't care. You show up and do whatever you want. So you're all gonna be as surprised as we are. You look really cool right now. You got the scars and stuff.
It's a giant work in progress, not even very step one.
How long have you been doing this?
I think I started about like 5-ish years ago, maybe a little more.
Wow.
Yeah, I found this YouTube channel called Glam and Gore, and she does like really pretty makeup and then like super scary makeup. And so a lot of my concepts are based off of what she's done and things like that. And I kind of branch off and do things on my own as well.
That is so cool. You're really good at, for only 5 years. I'm very impressed. More
Yeah.
so now.
Thank you.
Cool. What got you started? I mean, I know you said you saw the videos, but like you had to have been into makeup and creative and art already.
Yeah, I like painting and I like doing all kinds of art stuff, and I really loved makeup. And so I like punk music too. So I was like looking for grunge videos, like grunge makeup tutorials, and that's kind of what got the ball rolling. And then I was like, ooh, this is spooky shit. I like this. And so I started doing
That's
that
really
too.
cool.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Who
Wait.
are your favorite punk bands?
You beat me to
Ooh.
it.
I like the Ramones. I like the Misfits. I like the Clash, Dead Kennedys.
Okay.
No effects.
What was that?
No effects.
What do you mean?
Mm-mm.
That's a later period in the punk world.
Is it?
Gotcha. I don't claim to know everything.
It's all good. It's all good.
I mean, I'm only
I like them.
23,
They're
so
they're one of my favorites,
that's rad.
but not so much Fat Mike anymore. He used to be really awesome, but anyways, we're getting
Why?
sidetracked.
What happened, Joe? Why don't you like him anymore?
You would think people who have been successful in life would be a little smarter too, but you know,
You would
No.
I guess I still,
What
That
did
is
he
not
do
the
that?
case
What
at all.
Joe? What did he do
you
that?
know, I'm not going to get into details here because honestly, I've never been in a room with the guy, so I can't really judge him. Like, what I
That's
can
fair.
say is that Fat Mike has a love for life, and Fat Mike has done some successful things with his life, and always lived it to the fullest, and definitely enjoyed it. And to that, you know, I say keep going, man.
Cheers to Fat Mike.
Yeah, cheers to Fat Mike for that.
To Fat Mike.
And already I need more bourbon. All right.
So Helena, what are you putting together on your face and body right now for us?
So today I decided I was gonna be a fucked up lumberjack.
That's awesome.
So I don't know if you can see, but I have my little flannel behind me, and there's a beanie on my bed too. So we're just gonna see what happens.
How do you come up with the ideas? Like I've seen you've been Eddie Munster. The one you did yesterday and the day before was so cool because 2 days ago she did plastic surgery when they mark you up. But like, she looks so beautiful. So nothing's like needed to be done. So it's just like the perfect version of before. But then the next day she did like when they do it and you're all bruised up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so good. Tell
Thank you.
everyone out loud your Instagram handle.
My Instagram handle is @Helena's Face Canvas, HELANA.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys definitely, everybody who's watching, go check it out because it's cool. But like, how do you come up with these different ideas?
So the pre and post-op plastic surgery one was based off of Glam and Gore again. She did a post-op Barbie one, and I didn't want to be Barbie. I wanted to be myself, so I just decided to be myself. This one I came up with by myself. I looked up like chainsaw wounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your search history is probably crazier than mine.
It's pretty out there.
That's so cool. And can I ask how old you are? Is that
I'm 23.
okay? Oh wow. Yes, you got a long time ahead of you to like do this, and that's so exciting.
Thank you.
Did you go to college at all?
I'm currently in college right now.
Where do you attend?
I go to Cal State Long Beach.
Nice.
English major, actually. Very, very far away from all of this, but
Because that's still creative brain.
Yeah.
That was my favorite school. That was like the only class I would do homework in, was just
that's rad.
writing the essay. Everything else it was just like, screw this. No, that's rad. Do you do stuff on campus there for like the productions and all that?
No, I mean, at my other college that I went to, I helped in some drama stuff kind of, but I didn't do any makeup things.
They're
I just
probably
did
like,
my own thing, you know?
No, that's so cool. Were you surprised that you were just naturally kind of good at this? Or like, you're like, I got this. I know I can do this.
Well, with gore, it's kind of dope because like it's messy. So there is no right or wrong way to do it. You know, you just kind of go for it and whatever happens, happens. And if it's a mess, it's a whole ass mess and it looks good because it's supposed to be messy. It's supposed to be a mess. It's great.
That makes so much. Oh, cool. Oh, right. John and Joe, do you guys have any questions for her?
I got a question. Yeah. Oh,
Go ahead, John.
Go. Okay. First of all, do you guys hear me any better right now, or do I still
Yes.
sound? Okay,
You're
I have
back
no
to
idea
the
how that.
old John.
What's
I love
that?
it. You're back to your old sexy self.
I think, hey, I will take that. I will take it and fucking run with it.
Doing it for me, baby.
Hey now. Okay. So my question is, I was watching there was this Netflix or Amazon show called Sneaky Pete, and then they referenced a guy who was kind of like a hitman, and they referred to him as a house painter. And I was like, wow, that's a dark but creative way to describe it, you know? And my question to you is that like a new term, or is that, you know, been around for decades and I just missed it because I'm not really a part of the underworld community?
I have no idea, honestly. I've never heard of that term. I've never heard of any of that. But again, I don't have as much experience in certain things as other people do. So I don't.
You know, Helena, I don't know what he's talking about either.
I mean, think of it, you know, like it's like when I first heard it, he's like, you know something, we need to hire a house painter to get rid of Ricky and his business. And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? And then I realized you shoot and kill somebody and their blood splatters all over the inside of the house, i.e. house painter, you know? That's what like a killer for hire is known as. So I figured the gore community would be like all over that like a cheap suit. My bad.
I had no clue.
Wait, so like
that
the term
makes sense. I follow that. I'm into it.
It's Sneaky Pete, right?
Sneaky Pete, yeah, that was the one.
Yeah. Okay, so
so how would you use it in a sentence? I'm gonna sneaky Pete you, like if you're gonna go murder something?
Sneaky Pete was like the main character. He was like you know, kind of a con artist type. And he ended up getting involved in like a lot of underworld crime and, you know, money laundering and all that. And but at one point he was involved with some mobsters, and somebody needed to rub someone out, as they say, and they needed a house painter to do it. So that's what that was all about. So I mean, there we go.
For me, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, I hope you have a better question.
I don't know that I've been experienced in the underworld that much, you know, but I used to gamble a bit.
That qualifies.
Yeah, I still do, but I used to too, right? So, anyways, no, like a Sneaky Pete is it's a bar cue for a pool table, right? Like a cue, you know, like the stick.
Oh, okay,
right, and so you take that and cut it down and put it, you know, match it with a shaft and tune it, so to speak, so that it plays really well over a wide range of shots. And then if you know how to use that, you can obviously do things that you wouldn't normally be able to do. But it's sneaky in the sense that it's just really a bar cue that everybody kind of looks at, and at first glance, it's like, oh yeah, that's just a bar cue, right? And then usually the hustlers carry them around.
So wait, is it the same? Is it the same thing as like that stick with like the ninja star at the end of it? Is it a bridge, or is that something different than what you're describing?
Yeah, no, that's called a sneaky fuck your jugular, right?
Oh, of course.
So yeah,
silly me.
They're definitely in the same family.
Definitely. Joe makes pool cues.
Oh, that's
I used to.
Like he actually makes them, and they're nice.
How do you make them?
I no longer pursue that profession.
How did you used to make them?
The lathe or something?
Yes, among many other things, but yes, a lathe. Yes, it's actually really fun. I wish I could get back to it, but maybe later on in life when I'm old and sitting in
the middle of the pandemic and have nothing else to do.
Yeah, you know, funny that I'm, you know, advancing my career during this pandemic. It's strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Helena, what's been the hardest costume to put together, but like the most fulfilling and maybe you slept in it for 3 days because you just didn't want to take it off? Have you ever had one of those?
I haven't usually like I want to rip everything off. But this year, because I've done this every year, I do costumes every single year, every single day of October. For like
And they're all different, every single one of them?
yeah,
Oh
like,
my
I don't
God.
repeat like years either. Like I try to make it very original. I think I repeated once this year, but that was like a lazy day. But I think the most challenging one has been Elvira because that was a lot. Like I had nails on and they kept coming off and like my boobs were everywhere and like I had to keep adjusting and then the nails would pop off and it was just a nightmare and I had like these fake bangs and it was just a nightmare. But I got it
And
done.
you just did that. You just did that like this past week or two, right?
Yeah, I think it was my second one this month. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Can
Oh,
I-
wow.
Can I just suggest two really cool ones you probably thought of, but if you haven't, they're pretty good.
I'm always down for suggestions.
One would be David Bowie. You know how he
I
had like
have done Bowie, yeah.
okay, you've done that.
Ooh.
Okay, and then the other one. So in an old in the original Star Trek series, there was a guy named Frank Gorshin who was the same actor who played the Riddler on the TV version of
Is it
Batman.
Q?
What was that?
Is that his character's name, Q?
I don't know, but like half of his face was black and the other half was like pitch white. He was like the 50-50 man or something like that.
Ooh.
But check it out. Frank Gorshin's his name. Frank Gorshin Star Trek. It'll come right up.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
Cute, right? He was
I don't-
like the
I don't remember.
omnipotent being that was like there to cause mischief for Picard.
Yeah, that's Q. Yeah.
No,
Right.
this predated Picard. This was James T. Kirk. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Okay. But same
Wait,
concept,
say
though,
say
right?
something and show it because I don't know if the screen shows up unless you talk.
Will it? Can you see it? I don't know
Will
if
it
it's.
Oh
see
yeah. Okay. Oh, that is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope. That's a good idea. But like, see, I get scared with certain things like that because like, would that be considered blackface?
Oh no, please no,
No.
that's fine. I
No,
I
but
guess
like honestly, in 2020, it's
Wow.
that is a thought that's a good thought because I don't
Why?
know.
Why?
It
Why?
shouldn't be
Is your
because it's like
intention
an
to
art,
offend
but
someone? Is your intention to offend someone? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, but people can take offense to it. So
Okay.
you know what? I could
be
see the
careful.
wrong. There's a problem in society. I'm not going to go on a tangent, but it's called presentism, and that's, you are basing everything that happened in history upon what's happening right now. So, like in 100 years from now, like my saying, "Hey, bro, how you doing?" could be like completely offensive because maybe the guy I'm talking to identifies more as a female, and it's just politically incorrect for me to assume that he is a bro or some shit like that. So it's kind of like a very extreme version of how to interpret something that we don't understand. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but if you're on a university campus, God knows, how that'll come across. So I don't know.
Well,
I'd say proceed with
here's-
caution.
yeah, I get that, right? But here's the thing: isn't the offense and more how you react to them informing you that they might be offended?
I mean, I think it depends. It just depends on the costume. It depends on the person. It depends on how I make myself known. For instance, I really would like to do Gloria Estefan. I'm half Cuban, so I would love to be her, but she is of darker complexion. So it's like if I just dress up in a costume like her and I say, I am her, would there be backlash? I have no idea, but that's something that I've run through my head a few times. And like, even me saying like, my mom came from Cuba and like all these things. And like, I am half Cuban, like my appearance might make people feel otherwise. And I
Right.
don't know. And I have to be really cautious with what I do because I don't want to be seen in a bad light because I'm not trying to, make anybody feel bad or do anything wrong. I just want to express my art and do what I do and do what I love.
Right, exactly. And that's my point, because you're just trying to express yourself and do something that you love, and
Right.
here you are getting packed into this little box where you can't operate. Because why? Because somebody might perceive you as a fan. I mean, for me to even say what I'm saying, I'm risking all of you being offended by it. And you know what? Here's the thing, like, I have to speak. I'm not trying to offend you. It might be offensive, and I'm open to you guys being offended and telling me that, but like, that's not stopping me from doing it. Because then what happens if I just say, oh yeah, you're right, you shouldn't do that? Like, you end up not doing the thing that you like, and it's not for any
Right.
reason other than maybe someone might be offended. Like, let them be
Helena,
offended and let them know about it and let you respond to it.
Helena, here's the thing. If you're going to do something like Frank Gorshin's character, go full tilt on it with the clothes and the costume and everything.
Yeah,
Don't just do the face paint. I mean, and I'm sure there's a bunch of poor man's woke people who will like find a way to be offended, but fuck them. They do your thing. This is what makes Halloween so fun, is that there are costumes that are specific to genders and characters and
I mean,
colors, get-ups,
Yeah.
products, ideas, and so anyways, I've spoken enough.
I want you to do it however you want to do it, and if you like it, then fuck what everybody else says.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I like doing like gender bending, and like my very first costume, I was Jonathan Van Ness from Queer Eye, and I like did his whole beard, and like my dad was not happy about it. He's like, it's weird seeing you like that. I'm like,
okay.
and then
wash this
Bobby
off,
Burke,
Dad.
Bobby Burke, one of the other guys from Queer Eye, he actually saw the post and he liked it and he commented hearts, and I was like, oh my god, a beautiful moment. It was so great and it was so beautiful, and I'm like, I want more of that. Like, I want to express myself and support those that I care about and those that have impacted me in a positive way,
Right. And I'm not saying don't be aware, right?
Yeah,
Be aware.
absolutely.
Be aware. Respond accordingly, right? You're not trying to offend anyone, and that's the main point.
You guys, I'm so obsessed with Helena, I can't even tell you.
Dude,
I know, when you
cool.
followed me back, I was like, oh my god.
I don't want to draw any hype to this. One of my questions was, are we gonna like watch this evolve into like
Yes.
yeah, I figured it out, and it's cool. Like, so I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Helena, I first of all, you must feel very fortunate to be one of the 8.6 million weekly viewers that we have viewing the show. But
get ready for a shit ton of followers, Chicky.
It's feline curiosity, but how did you find Megan and the Ding Rong show?
I am so happy you asked, because my very best friend in the whole wide world, for my birthday is the 25th, so my birthday is coming up.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
We're gonna sing to her in a minute, so be
oh
ready.
my god. Well, if I come back next week, that's like the day after my birthday next week. So anyway,
Panda makes the rules.
We'll sing both times.
Totally valid. He gave me an early birthday present because I was at his house and a package came and it was a pink bag, and I was like, this isn't for you. And he was like, yeah, that's a present for you, don't open it. And I was like, okay. And so then he got it and he's like, I have to give this to you right now. And I was like, okay. And he pulls out the sweater, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. What is that? And he's all like, it's this girl on Instagram, like, you have to go check her out. And I was like, okay, I have to know what I'm wearing. I can't just wear whatever and not know. So I checked you out, and I was like, oh my god, you're so cute, like, I love this. And so I followed you, and then you followed me back, and here we are.
You guys, her birthday present was Panda sweatshirt. This is a real story.
Aww.
So
Panda's been beside herself. But no, this is like, she's so cool. Yeah. I'm glad you two like her too. But yeah, no, she's going to come back next week, because I thought, she does so many different things that it's like, one show's not enough. Plus, it's still Halloween, so she's gonna come back and do something different than she's doing tonight.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, what would y'all want to see?
I don't know. I'm still excited to see this, so I'm right here.
I want to see whatever you want to show. That's
Yeah.
it. You know, like just be you.
Right.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Come on, that's all any of us are doing, anyways. Like,
Hell yeah.
be
That's
Pretty
real.
much.
the world to be doing.
Awesome. Well, John, do you want to play while she's applying makeup? Helena Face Canvas. Wait, is there an S in there that I missed?
Helena's face canvas. Yeah.
Yeah, on Instagram while she's becoming a hacked up lumberjack. I'm so excited to see this. John's gonna play the drums for us, and we're gonna have a little dance party.
Sure. Before I start, Helena, it's already, kind of late at night. Do you have plans after the show? Are you going out
Good
or
question.
Oh no, I have school tomorrow. I'm going to bed.
you were going to bed like this? Does the makeup get smeared or like how does that
No,
work?
I'm gonna take it off. I mean, it's kind of fun to watch it get taken off. Hopefully, y'all can see that too, because that's gross in itself.
I'm in.
Yeah,
Wow.
maybe right.
Okay. All right, look, I'll play, but just for a minute because, I'm not trying to discount, the fun of drum solos, but it starts to sound like a car like ran into a drum factory after a while. So,
Well, do
Sound-
you know Grand Funk Railroad, Inside Looking Out, that drum solo part? Do you know that?
I don't know that tune. Funny thing is,
Oh.
I know like about 4 or 5 of their tunes. I do not know Inside Looking Out.
There's this drum solo in it. It gives me like an adrenaline rush every time I hear it. Just like, yeah, it's good.
Okay, Megan, if you could maybe hold to one of those promises I requested earlier today, I can definitely hold to that promise for next week.
Okay, deal.
Deal.
No one needs to know what it is. It's nothing. Get your
Nothing
heads
that'll
out
get us
together.
kicked off the air or anything.
It's
I'm not
nothing.
interested now.
We're not
I'm
going to
not-
offend, we're definitely not going to offend any of our 8.6 million listeners and viewers. So we're safe on that front.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to just play and
By the way,
Yeah.
if you're one of our 8.6 million viewers and you are offended, let us know so that we can be aware that you're offended
maybe
Yes.
offend you even
and act
worse.
accordingly.
Definitely
Okay.
send letters because I love,
like we'll act accordingly, right, guys?
Now, without a doubt.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I will.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Are you gonna tell us what you're gonna play, or it's freestyle?
We gotta
I'm just gonna
guess.
freestyle. It's gonna be like kind of an a la Moby Dick from Led Zeppelin, but like without the music playing. Kind of, when John Bonham is going into, just kind of like, freestyling around the drums. So here we
I
go.
feel horrible because I call myself a musician and I had no idea what you just said.
Yeah, you never play anything on the show.
Yeah, well, that's because I don't want to scare, you guys.
Well, wait,
Joe's actually a really good musician and a very good singer, which is why it's so funny to me that he never does anything.
Blah.
Joe, you are familiar of a rock group from many years gone by entitled Led Zeppelin, yes?
Oh, I'd have to say yes on that one. For
And
sure.
that they have a song in their repertoire, no vocals, so you would never be found singing it, but it's entitled Moby Dick.
Yes, I am familiar with that.
Features Bonzo, John Bonham on drums. Yeah, so anyhow, here we go.
Yeah.
we go.
Woo!
Heck yeah, that was so good.
Thank you, Miss Megan. Thank you, everybody.
You've been playing drums for a long time, huh?
Many moons.
Like professionally, non-professionally, all of it. You've done all of it. You've written a book on drumming,
Mm-hmm.
but you're gonna have to explain that to people what it's about because I cannot.
Well, I mean, it's almost like if a composer who plays piano writes a piano book, and maybe if you took lessons on piano when you were a kid, there's a million piano books out there, and you would just read them and play the notes there. And so it's just that for drummers. So it's not
okay,
like
cool. I understand that.
that is the most
Valuable.
succinct way I could have explained it, and thank you for getting that. Yeah, I had a bunch of ideas since college, and then they segued into like a hanging folder that was like about this thick. And one day I looked at it and I said, okay, I'm either going to write a book with all this barrage of ideas I've had, or I'm going to just take it and throw it in a shredder and recycle it. And so it became a book. Don't have Anyways, thank you guys.
No, that's all.
Yeah.
You're great. No, I've always loved drums. I don't know why, like ever since I was a kid, it's just, it gets into your soul. And there's something about like when you're playing them, you can like feel like you're playing them, like not like piano. Okay, I played piano, but it's like you can play really hard stuff, but you're still just going tappity tap 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 with the gentle,
Yeah,
and it's not this thing.
There's something very visceral about it. In fact, one of the teachers that I work with one day in class, this electronic drum, by the way, I use about, I don't know, like almost 100% of the time in the dance classes I play for, because it's just logistically easier to wheel it in, plug it in, and wheel it out. I don't have to spend 20 minutes on each end setting up something, like a drum set or a percussion set, and then tearing it down. That shit just takes forever and it wears on you. So one day the electronic drum just like completely went to shit. And then so I luckily had a really nice, big, Led Zeppelin type drum set in my car for a gig that night. And I said, hey, I can just go out to my car and go get a couple drums and then, bring them up here. And she said, sure. So I did, and she goes, that was amazing. And I was like, oh, well, thank you. And so she goes, no, but not just the way you played, but I could feel the vibration on the floor from the bass drum the entire time. And it was, it was just that words couldn't describe. And I was like thinking, well, good to know, and it's like, it's nice to get that reaction from people. Anyhow.
Did you take her home after?
No, the relationship between myself and the people I work among is strictly platonic, like a Jack, Janet, and Chrissy from Three's Company kind of way.
That's good. No, that's the smart way to do it, because then if like you can't go to work and rehearse if you're fighting with.
Oh, hell no. And funny thing is, I think the funniest stories are usually ones involving people who can't keep their clothes on in the workplace, and then they just totally fucking blow up their lives as a result. I like hearing stories about it. I just don't want to be a part of that.
I don't understand why people feel the need to like do that in general. I mean,
what, hook up at work?
That's why I got fired
I get that
Subway.
one for sure.
Is that why you got fired at Subway, Meg?
Like,
Yeah, I worked at. It was my very first job. I was like 17 or something, and I just wanted money so I could go shopping.
Right.
Shocker. So I nobody was hiring, and Subway goes, "Why do you want to work here?" I'm like, "No one's hiring." And then he hired me off of that, so I thought,
oh my God.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I hooked up with. He was so hot. I forget his name. Kevin. But yeah, no, we stayed like way too late. And then there was a note on the whiteboard the next morning that said, Megan and Kevin, like, see me after your shift. And I was like, fuck that, I'm out of here. And I just never went back.
Oh wow! Did they catch you like on
Yes.
camera?
I'm
right?
sure they did. Like, and
There's a
which
sex
they
video
made
around
me
now.
super embarrassed because they probably caught all kinds of like, I'd like sit there and like sing because the echo, you know, like it sounds so good. So I'm like cleaning up the crab meat and I'm like singing Tori Amos like a maniac. Like,
Oh my god.
Oh, I like that you know Tori Amos.
oh,
by
I
the-
love her.
Really?
She's like got me through high school. Otherwise, I'd be like dead.
Oh, Tori's badass. But so what? Let's since we're already going there, like how far did it get between you and Kevin? Was it like halfway, all the way, just
There was
making
no
it?
sex. There was no sex at the subway.
So what was the big deal? Why were they on you guys about
I
something?
think because it was like we didn't clock out.
Okay. It's funny. It was probably
might have been.
a slap on the. No, don't do it again. But then you fucking quit.
Yeah. No, I just fucking left. I didn't want to have that conversation at all.
Wow. So you just ghosted them, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a Halloween kind of thing to do.
Yeah. No, that
Gone
was a...
from employment.
Like some guy came in, he wanted a meatball sandwich, and this was before everyone's doing no carb, because I'm old now, so this was a long ass time ago. But before everyone's doing the no carb, he came in, he ordered a meatball sandwich with the Parmesan cheese, and I only remember this because he wanted me to dig out all the white part of the bread and just leave the crust. So I'm with the gloves on, like burning the hell out of my hand with these stupid hot meatballs, because this guy's crazy.
Oh
They come
my.
in, I hated it. Every job I ever had except for entertainment stuff, I got like, it was something like that.
Anybody who knows meatball subs knows that the bread is just a delivery system for the meatball and the sauce. Like,
Yeah.
It's like the most unhealthy thing on the menu there. And he's like, well, scoop out the bread and look at me.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Well, you know
sir."
what? It's almost not almost. It's really fucking
Yeah.
unfortunate that you're in the company of people in a very well-to-do area that can kind of just get whatever they want by like waving their hand. Like for example, there's a restaurant in Sunset Beach. They make these what do they call them? I don't know, but it's like it's a chowder bowl, but the bread is like as big as two hands. and-
Bodine.
What's it called? The Bodine?
Boudin. Bodine.
Okay, so it's like the crust of the bread that makes a bowl, and then you can put
Yeah.
soup in it. Yeah, so it was like one of those, and so that's probably where that guy was coming from. But like,
Just scoop all the bread out of everybody sees.
keep that shit
Can't
up.
stop.
like, did he ask you if you had any Grey Poupon Dijon mustard? No, you wouldn't
No, I don't
understand
know,
that
maybe.
joke. That's a,
I wasn't a good employee. Really, anywhere I was never a good employee.
that's what we should do a show on is like bad episodes at work where you get fired or like where shit goes bad, you know.
Right? Like I
Well,
want to
like-
I want to see the outtakes of like the surveillance or the security cameras at work. Like, I don't.
You know what I want to see the surveillance of? The
What?
time I went into the Vaughn's or Ralph's or whatever it is down the street, and I had like that basket, the shopping basket there, and I had phone or something else in this hand, and I was trying to scoop out soup into the thing that's right. You walk in, and there's that soup bar right in the front. So I'm like, I don't put anything down because I got this. And then so
So you had
potato
the-
soup flies up like all over me. It looks like someone threw up all over me. One of the potatoes goes down into my sweatshirt because I'm dressed so nice. I have like sweatpants and I look like a real legit homeless person. And I'm ow, it hurts. And like
And
people
she
are
wears
just standing
Prada.
there staring at me and there's soup all over the floor. So I'm looking around like trying to, I didn't know what to do. So again, just ran out.
Nobody like tried to help you or anything?
No, they just, because I looked insane. I mean, I would have been a little nervous.
Fuck LA. People don't help people worth shit.
Yeah, no, they really
Like
do
fuck
not.
you. Get away from me.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something that happened today?
Potatoes in your tits. Like get out of here.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's just a girl with potato on her tits. You know, what
Yeah.
time's it? 3:30. I got to go to my yoga class.
You know
I
what would be
still,
really
every
cool?
once in a while, there's a little white mark on here. If you see it, it's from that freaking potato. This is not a lie.
Do you know how much you could have cashed in from that if you like went to like Larry the lawyer or something?
No, so embarrassing and too much paperwork.
Yeah,
Johnny Cochran, dude. Johnny Cochran.
that's right. No, what that probably he was still around, and maybe he had just gone. Maybe his rates went up because of the OJ thing, but who knows? Maybe they saw his name on the legal page and they were like, "Fuck, it's Johnny Cochran. Let's just give her 15 million and then hope she goes away." You know.
Right? That's it. You know?
That's how I
Oh,
bought
okay.
this dress.
Hey yo.
Hey, let's check in. We got about 15 minutes left before we hit an hour of the show. I want to check in on Helena and see how she's doing and what she looks like right now.
Helena has real fucking scars on her face.
Wow! Holy crap!
These are
I-
lacerations.
Yeah, getting
This is
real
no
close to
fucking
the. Can you
joke.
get in and zoom in on the?
Dude, no, like this is gonna go. Yeah, no.
I'm
15
almost
minutes?
done. Not quite
Nope.
there, but almost. We're
Yeah,
getting
no, we'll wait. This is around you tonight because this is just too cool. I love this.
Hey Helena, this
Yeah.
reminds me of something. So Keanu Reeves, like years ago, like before he did like the Matrix, there was a series on HBO called Tales from the Crypt. Are you guys aware of it?
I am, and I've watched it
Uh-huh.
with my best friend, actually, the one that introduced me to Megan,
Mr. Lopez,
Mr. Lopez. He has
is he there
shown-
with you?
He's not, unfortunately.
Oh,
will
I was
be
gonna
seeing
have
him
you-
tomorrow.
Tell him next week to come on with you if he wants.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to meet him. I want to meet him.
He's a bucket of laughs. I'll tell you that much.
I
Cool.
want to meet
Okay,
him.
good.
I seriously want to meet him.
Okay, for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, he loves Tales of the Crypt, and he freaking showed me that show, and like we sat and watched a whole bunch of episodes together, and we were laughing our asses off, and it was a great time. One of his favorite movies, it's kind of similar, is Creepshow.
Oh,
Which,
that was awesome.
yeah, it scared the shit out of me as a kid. Like I had mega nightmares from that show, but he loves it. It's one of his favorite movies, and you know, it's a good time. He's one of the few friends that I found that loves horror stuff as much as I do. Like usually people are like chicken shit and they won't even they can't watch movies with me. It's terrible.
So you know what I'm talking about. You're that episode where Keanu Reeves played a lumberjack?
I think so. I'm not sure if I actually saw that particular one, but it sounds
Oh,
familiar.
that was good. Speaking of, by the way, this kind of brings things full circle because in the episode, he plays a lumberjack who's like new in this lumberjack town, and the head of all the lumberjacks has like this super hot wife, and you kind of can guess where this is going. Keanu Reeves gets down with her, and her husband finds out about it, and he like takes like a chainsaw or something to Keanu Reeves' face and like half blinds him or some shit like that. But that's
I did not guess
awesome.
that, John.
That's-
Thank you
that's-
for fucking up that plot for me.
no. That's not the end. I mean, it goes further than that, and I'll just stop there. Just
But I,
No, tell it all. Spoil it. I don't care.
you sure?
Yeah.
Well, so anyways, all his Keanu's lumberjack friends think that this is bullshit, so they all get the boss and like, yeah, I don't know, they hollow out a log or something and put the boss inside it, and then they have Keanu Reeves like chop the log in half with like a hatchet.
That's awesome. That's
That's
creative.
amazing. I love that.
There you go. Yeah, it's just
Wait.
desserts.
Do you think there's
Keanu
bodies
actually
like
chopped the
in
log?
trees? Like all the missing people? What if they're just in trees?
I think there are.
Well,
Imagine,
after hearing that, I do too.
do you think there's like bodies that are like high on a treetop that were like they climbed and they couldn't get down, and maybe they yelled so much, but like the tree in the woods, if it falls and nobody hears it, did it happen? Maybe if they were in the woods and they yelled and nobody heard them, did they really yell? And maybe they yelled so much that they lost their voice, and now they're like, okay, well, I could either jump and then die or just stay up here and die, and they figured, well, I don't want to fucking jump. I'd rather just take my chances and wait. And then
Why is climb down gently not an option?
I don't know, like a cat, gets up in a tree and can't come down. How the fuck did it get up there?
It's the fucking cat, dude. Like, as smart as it might look, it's not that smart.
I gotta think the cat has a better chance of getting down than like. Haven't you ever seen a cat run down a tree?
And me,
Practically.
for damn sure. Yeah. Like, yeah, I'll give it that. It still doesn't occur to it though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's like the cat wants like the fire department and like all 8.6 billion neighbors to come out and help it get down. Imagine if the cat, that's the way to fuck with people. It's like all the fire truck comes there and then hovers the ladder up, and then the cat's like, I just wanted to see if you guys would come up and help me, and I'll just get down myself right now. And then the cat runs down. Can you imagine how pissed the fire department would be? We're like, wait, we left
Sounds
the
like a
Bobcat fire for this
California
shit?
cat. Sounds like
I think we should all get up into a tree for an episode and then see who can get down first.
There
yeah,
you go.
not me.
Like we record from our own tree.
I'll hold the camera. You guys can
See
do
who
that.
makes it back next.
Hey, you know what? This is a good idea for like the Blair Witch Project Part 3. We all get up in a tree, and once we think we're almost all the way down, then we notice we're back on the top of the tree again.
Oh, that sounds claustrophobic. I can't deal with that.
Okay.
That's too. That's like Groundhog's Day.
Yeah,
Oh.
well.
Gives me panic. Like the same thing over and over.
Well,
Doesn't
that's what
that drive you? Because you guys are all artists and into creative stuff. Like, doing the exact same thing over and over. Doesn't that make you go crazy?
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
mean like pop music?
You like Duran Duran? Oh.
Like.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
Funny.
Yes, Megan.
We have a music sponsor, so we have to play the.
No. Here, let me back that up, okay? Because I feel like some of our 8.6 million viewers might be offended by that, right? And I just want to like quell the shit before we get into the real deep stuff.
What do you got on your mind?
I like popular music, okay? I feel like there's two kinds of popular music. There's popular music that, is actually created music, and then there's popular music that runs on a loop with a drum beat and the same four chords behind it, and people are just like expanding on stuff. And it's like, that's where you get caught up in copyright law, because they're all like, I did that first. And, it's like, fucking, of course, everybody did it like first, like we don't even know who did it first. You're not original. And then there are other people that actually study music and make great music that comes out to be popular music, aka pop music. And there's just a difference there, and I want to point that out.
Hey, I got to weigh in on this. So the other, I don't know, like Casey Kasem, he did America's Top 40, and
Can you do an imitation of him?
I could, with. Friends, this is Casey Kasem. On America's Top 40 this year, we're going to feature an artist who started off as a limo driver and ended up on the Ding Rong Show. I don't know. Funny thing is, like, when I was telling that just a second ago, there is somebody who started off as a limo driver and ended up becoming like an 8-time Grammy award winner. That was Christopher Cross, and he used to drive people in his limo who were like in the music business, and he would ask them, how'd you get into the music business? And they were like, oh, here's how you do it. And then he fucking submitted his songs, and Arthur's Theme and a million other hits later, he just cashed in. So
that's why, and I just want to remind everybody that the first time I ever met John, he was driving a limo and he played his music demo CD for me. That's how you do it, man.
That's how you get onto the Ding Rong Show.
That's right, baby.
And then they're asking for your drum solo on a Roland Hansonic 10, circa 1999. Okay, so what I was gonna say was Casey's America's Top 40. You know, they play like these flashback years, and then I was like listening. I'm flipping the radio, and I come across this song, Jesse from Carly Simon. Really awesome tune, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" The radio never plays this, you know. And then so I was digging it. Then after the song's done, I hear it's Casey Kasem, and I'm like, "Oh, right on." I wonder what year this is. Probably like 81 or 82, somewhere around there. And then there's like another song, and I'm like, wow, that's a fucking awesome song. All right, you know. And then so it's just I'm already at like song number 7 or 6 or something, and like all these songs are great. And I'm like thinking, wow, I wonder what the number one song was this year. Oh, they're gonna play it next, so here we go. And then he's like, and here we are holding tight for the 4th consecutive week. Our number one song, Queen with Another One Bites the Dust. And I'm like, oh, fuck, really? It's like, I don't hate Queen. I think they're a great band, but Jesus Christ, if the radio hasn't played the shit out of that song, like almost as much as Bohemian Rhapsody, then I don't know what. But
Can you play either of those on the drums?
Yeah, oh, hey.
Let's do it.
Wait. Hold on. Don't cheapen John's point here by
No, I know, but I just really want to hear it now
because it's a fucking awesome point, and I really dig it, John.
Well, thank you, sir.
No, okay. Finish your point and then play Queen.
No, I'm gonna play Another One Bites the Dust with the very intricate drum part of that song, as everybody well knows.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, like, if you go to an '80s party, you're gonna hear "Take on Me" from Aha and "Hungry Like the Wolf" from Duran, and which is basically how the radio plays them, like without end. You're gonna hear what the hell else? Cyndi Lauper's "Girls Want to Have Fun," but there's a shit ton of '80s songs that you will never hear because they never hit number one. Yep. And that's my big disappointment with like '80s themed whatever is like, hey, why don't you play some good shit from the '80s, because there was a ton of great stuff that was completely overlooked or doesn't get nearly the attention. And I know, you know, record executives gave people who worked in the radio industry a ton of coke, and then that's how it all happened. But I fucking wish we could go back into history and change that.
John, you're fucking hot, baby. You're hot.
Hey now.
Yeah.
To that, I'm gonna give a Joe. I'm gonna give that a.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, so here's my impression of the very original and uncut and tempo perfect, note for note, beat for beat. Another One Bites the Dust. Drum part only, less all the rest of the tracks. 1, 2, 3, and
Panda.
There you go, in all of its intricate glory. That was the drum beat to Another One Bites the Dust. Hey, I see Panda's getting down. Hey, Panda.
That was awesome.
Hey,
can you play, do you know Heart?
Which one?
How do I get you alone? That's not really drummy though, is it?
Well, let's see. I'm on the let me see, 808. Okay, let me try How Do I Get You Alone. How do I get you alone? How do I get you alone? There you go, Panda. If I had an acoustic drum set, I'd do it so much more justice. But I am limited to 2 hands, no foot controlled triggers. But I have a dancing panda in front of me, so that is inspiration alone.
John,
hey, no.
When you get requests for songs, what's the one song that makes you go, oh my god, that you have to play it?
Probably Brown Eyed Girl or Mustang Sally are the like kryptonite. I don't want to fucking play that, but they just put $20 in the tip jar, so we're gonna whore ourselves out musically for the next 4 minutes. You know, that's how that shakes down. But you want to know something? A funny story. A friend of mine was at a gig, and some woman, Laguna Beach, of course, she was so loaded, she wanted him to play Brown Eyed Girl, but in the middle of saying it, she realized she wanted to hear Brown Sugar, so it came out as, I want you guys to play Brown Eyed Sugar.
Typical. Right.
You know Janis Joplin? I mean, not personally, but you
No.
know.
She was, oh yeah, fuck, we did a bunch of her tunes. We did.
Yeah, I knew her personally too. Like,
Did you?
totally.
I
Yeah.
heard she could party till the cows came home.
Yeah.
Will you play a Janis Joplin song?
That chick
yeah.
definitely knew how to
But
drink.
also, first, can I see Helena? I haven't seen Helena.
Hi, here I am. How do I look?
Yeah.
Hi, Helena.
That's
you
awesome.
look cool.
Do I look good?
Yeah.
No, you look like you got fucked up by a chainsaw in the face.
Hell yeah, that
Like,
was the goal.
this is, I mean, I guess we could.
If
You're
you're
achieving.
grossed out by me, that's a compliment. So
You are achieving, my dear.
good.
You are
I'm glad.
achieving. Like it.
I like her.
I like it. See, I've been watching this whole thing the whole time because I can see everybody, right? So like I'm watching this evolve and I'm just like fucking so excited because it's like, yes, dude, it's like forming and like, dude, she's really good at what she does. Like,
I'm so glad. Thank
it's
you.
so fucking
Oh
cool.
my god.
It's so fucking cool.
This is like, seriously, I'm not bullshitting you. This is like Hollywood level special effects.
Dude.
Do
You
you
know,
want to
type.
know what this is on my face?
Yes.
What is it?
We don't fuck around on the Ding Rong Show.
That's
What you
right.
got there, Elena?
It's cotton balls and some liquid latex. That's literally it. And then just like some coloration. That's it.
Wow.
Literally
Fucking love
it.
Hollywood.
That's all. And just a shit ton of fucking talent thrown on top of that.
Oh, thank you so much. You are too sweet.
Just like poof, just throw the talent. We just sprinkle the talent on that.
Yeah, she's good. Megan said she was good.
Yeah,
Dude,
Panda
Megan was
knows.
fucking right. Panda, are you taking notes?
Yeah, I want to put blue eyeshadow.
Yeah? I don't know.
That's it.
I like your face the way it is, girl.
You
Like,
do?
Yeah.
oof.
Thank
God.
you.
Ah.
Okay, John,
Hey.
will you play? I forget what I asked
You
for.
were asking for Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna play like I'm gonna play a little bit of the like the very mellow part in the beginning of Bobby McGee.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. It's kind of difficult at this angle with the way my table like overlaps part of my drum. If you saw the visual, you'd understand. So have mercy, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Busted flat in Baton Rouge. Waiting for a train. Feeling nearly faded as my jeans. Bobby toned the diesel down just before it rained. Rode us all the way to New Orleans. Pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. Rain soft while Bobby sang the blues, yeah. Windshield wipers slapping time, I was holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that driver knew.
It's just another word for nothing left to lose.
Nothing.
Ain't nothing, honey, if it
It
ain't
ain't
free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues.
You know, feel good was good enough for me. Good
Enough
enough
for me and my Bobby.
There we go.
Yes.
You're so good.
See? Yeah. That's like, that music is so soulful, right? And I mean,
She
did
was a white
actually
girl.
write that song?
What's that?
Did she write that song? 'Cause I don't think she wrote that
think
song.
so. No, the Grateful Dead covered it, but
Right, I
Janis
think Bob
Joplin,
Dylan wrote that song.
did he? I don't know that he
You
wrote
know,
it.
like, who wrote Bobby McGee is like my next Google search, you know, because I'm a techie.
Yeah.
And I have to spell it right because that's how
No,
that
I think it's called Me and Bobby McGee, but no, I
Yeah,
think it
Me
was
and
Chris. It
Bobby
was I think it
McGee.
was Chris Christopherson. Chris Christopherson wrote it.
You know what? You're absolutely freaking right. And Fred Foster too. Stamp
Hey,
that
now.
shit.
Is Chris Christopherson the same guy you were talking about earlier?
Me?
No.
Christopher Cross.
Christopher Cross, different person.
Different people.
Yeah.
Christopher Cross
Definitely
did the
different
theme
person.
to Arthur. You remember that one?
Oh, good movie.
Yeah.
Helena, have you ever been Arthur for Halloween?
Arthur.
Yeah, have you seen that movie
Which Arthur?
with Dustin Hoffman?
It was Dudley Moore.
Dudley Moore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I have. No.
Okay. You need to look that up because that might actually be, yep.
I think she'd like it.
Maybe.
I mean, we all just met, but I think she'd be into it.
Megan, I don't know. Well, I'll if we're gonna do the Aldrich report, I'll do a voice to it, but I really want to do my impression of Dudley Moore talking to his butler in Arthur. Can I do that really quickly?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Like, I was gonna ask where the fucking Aldridge report was because
Oh, we're doing it, but we had a special. We have Helena on, so
let's not lie. I like fucking Mark Aldridge and what he has
I
to
know.
say. Like, you know, he's got a good take, and we need to hear it.
Okay.
I
so
totally agree. I'm
really-
glad you feel that way.
Yes.
But yeah, no, we are definitely going to get to the Aldridge report, but we're just switching things around a little bit to.
The Aldrich report.
That's what I said.
She said that.
The Aldrich.
I'm the one who
report.
brought it here. I know what it's called.
Actually, Joe, she's not the one who has the problem pronouncing it on the
The
show.
Aldrich report.
Oh,
Is everybody clear?
Is that the Aldrich report? Jesus,
The
I forgot.
Aldrich report.
Hobson, do you know what I'm gonna do? Nope.
The Aldrich report.
he's
No,
being
I-
Arthur. Shut up.
What are you going to do, Arthur? I'm gonna take a bath. Do you think maybe you'd be kind enough to run my bath water for me? It is what I live for, Arthur. Perhaps you would like me to come in there and wash your dick for you, you little shit. Okay, there you go.
That's a great movie. I yelled at Joe to shut up. I was just kidding, Joe. You don't need to shut up. I'm teasing you. I don't even know if he heard me.
I
He
heard
left.
you.
Oh,
I heard you, Joe.
Phew.
I heard you. You were over there,
Thought I
and
hurt
I
your
heard
feelings.
you, and I shut up for you.
I know.
I was gonna
Thank
keep
you.
talking, but I shut up.
You didn't know. I didn't think you knew he was doing Arthur. It was
I
funny
caught
when
it
you were-
like as you were saying it, and it fucking clicked, and then it was like, oh, no, you need to shut up. Like,
It was funny though. You kept screaming, "I'm gonna do the Aldridge report." That was funny. Speaking
Good.
of which, here's the Aldridge report.
All right. So, again, done in a voice to be identified by the cast of tonight's Ding Wrong show.
Okay, so we're guessing who it is at the end again.
In the last 2 weeks, 2 cast members of the Ding Wrong show made appearances on other live online programs to help publicize the Ding Wrong show, which must have worked, since anyone who's watching the episode number 10 is watching the show. It's that pursuit of only perfectly inescapable logical outcomes that has led to the writer of the Aldrich report to almost lifelong non-existent career that he had. Both the host of the Ding Wrong show, Megan Jenkins, and her best friend forever, Panda, were interviewed on the UG Quarantine Show. In the words of one reviewer, the two of them slayed, quote unquote, in their 20-minute appearance. 2 nights later, the writer of the Aldrich Report appeared on the same show to speak of his work with Ms. Jenkins, and Panda, of course, and wished that he had been slain in the middle of his interview like a goddamn road rat.
I do need to interrupt you first because if anyone's paying attention, Mark is being so incredibly hard on himself because he did great on the show. He's like, oh, you know, it's great, but he did great.
Yeah, I mean.
But I mean, he's being typical entertainer, and I swear, I told him, I said I could have this conversation verbatim with like Kate Blanchett right now, like so.
Like it's kind of a duality. Like he slayed it and he's slaying himself at the same time.
Yeah, no, he did great though. I thought he did great.
Yeah.
So he's being hard on himself, just so everybody knows. But definitely watch it. Continue, John. Sorry for interrupting.
Mere days later, 2 of the 3, Jenkins and Aldrich, but not Panda, served as judges on the UG comedy show Zoom House Party, which was simulcast live on Twitch, a platform that ought to host a regular program with Mr. Aldrich, because his every hand, gesture, and facial expression can be described with that word. Speaking of snapping, your host, Megan Jenkins, represented the Ding Rong Show with substantive comments to the competing comedians, but Mr. Aldrich voted for the ultimate winner, a difference of opinion that has not been discussed by the 2 colleagues, but reports have surfaced that Panda had started a behind-the-scenes whispering campaign against Mr. Aldrich with her best friend, Megan. How do you like that? Panda states that there should be no dissension in the ranks of the Ding Rong Show, and she has chosen dissension to make that point. On this date, 239 years ago, who can count that far, British forces led by Lord Cornwallis, sounds like Cornhollis, surrendered to the Allied American and French force in Yorktown, Virginia. This marked the official end of the Revolutionary War, but not the end in reality, as skirmishes continued through the next year. Lord Cornwallis' forces surrendered to General George S. Patton Washington Jr. III and the American Army, but Lord Cornwallis himself sent his sword to the French forces to declare that his surrender was to the pacified French army, who didn't know exactly how long it would take to get a defeat under their fucking belt. They didn't know what would happen for another 662 years. And not to the new American forces. As they say on Twitter, dick. The writer of the Aldrich Report writes that he felt discomfort with the... You like it when I say dick, huh? I'll do it again. Later. The writer of the Aldrich Report writes that he felt discomfort with his 2 online appearances last week as no one but himself, because his one moment of notoriety in life involved mayhem, he reports. In most small towns, the local reporters are as familiar to residents as they are their own dicks, and as movie stars and as familiar in the neighborhood as neighbors, because they are one's neighbors. 20 plus years ago, both my newspaper office and my apartment were on Main Street in a tiny hamlet in upstate New York. What a shithole town that was. It's the only time so far in which Mr. Aldrich lived on a main street anywhere. Even Freddy Krueger was smart enough to live on an Elm Street. Goddamn fucking Halloween. There was one bar in town, and it was around the corner from these locations, and late one night, a disagreement spilled out from the bar into the street. He continues, I was in the newspaper office, about to leave. I had turned the light out and was at the door. The commotion stopped me, and I watched aghast as I saw one fighter suddenly bent over at a twisted angle. He had been stabbed. Before I got to the phone to call the police arrived. Small towns are like that. The police officers had probably been in the same bar and got in the car and just to turn on the police lights and drive the 1 block to the fight. The injury was minor, and the knifer was taken into custody. I stepped outside, interviewed by the police, published a story. A few nights later, I was in my apartment, 2 doors down Main Street from the office. Late one night, there was a commotion in the street below, and I looked out my window. It was the same group I had witnessed. I heard one of them say, "Cool it, that hack lives up there." And he pointed directly at my fucking window. Behind my blinds, I was not visible to them. This was one of the times in my life which the word "yipes" crossed my mind unironically. I never learned how the individual came to know that the reporter who had seen the stabbing incident resided there. My address had not been published. It was a tiny town of about 500 people. They had to change the number of residents on the "Welcome to" sign when I moved away, but I was not merely a neighbor. I was a neighbor whose name happened to be in the proper paper each week. At first, I was thrilled to have been called a hack. Being a young reporter, it felt like fame of a sort. It was. Yours truly, a hack. This was the Aldrich Report for October 19th, 2020. Speaking of a fucking scary year. Here comes the rest of the Ding Rong Show, starring Panda, who hates Mark Aldrich, and her comedy collective, featuring our own Megan Jenkins. So, for the Aldrich Report and the Ding Rong Show, here's Johnny!
Okay, just from that, I think I know who it is, but before you did that, I had no freaking idea.
Are you for real? You didn't?
Yeah, like until you said, "Here's Johnny," the Jack Nichols, I was like, I don't know.
That shit was hot, John. Fuck. I can't, dude. I can't even. Fuck you.
Nailed it, John.
Dude, Mark, if you're fucking watching this, like all you need to do is get Jack Nicholson to read your shit. Like seriously, like fucking on. You're like so far on. Fuck. John, bravo, bro.
Hey,
John.
thank you, sir.
Oh man, that was excellent.
Awesome. Thank you.
So let's check in on Helena and see what she's doing.
Yeah, hey, Lena.
Hi. Hello. How do I look?
How are you?
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Is it everything you had hoped for?
And more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, plus points. Plus points.
Like everyone noticed how quickly she does that too. I mean, it takes special effects makeup artists, like you'd see that and that'd be like a 3-hour job normally, correct?
I mean, I think it depends on like products and how ready you are and things like that.
Because you do it so quickly.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
he
so
just like busted that out while we were doing our you know, like
Yeah.
yeah. No,
So
like
impressive.
hey, wait, bring it closer because I want to see like the detail, you know,
Okay.
because
I don't know if
that
my
really
lighting-
looks like a laceration there
Oh,
that you might have suffered from chopping down a tree.
Like you can see like the texture here. and, like-
oh.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I mean,
like,
it looks like
yeah.
real gashes, huh?
No, like you're definitely fucked up. I don't know exactly how you're chewing at the moment. You know,
That is
like
dope.
I would be curious to see you eat something of nourishment.
I mean, I don't have anything. I can have
Oh
this.
shit.
Does this work? Is this good? Is this cool?
Yes, nourish. Yes, yes.
Do y'all want to see me take it off?
Well,
Yeah.
why? I
Oh,
mean,
wait.
yeah, I'd like
I
to, but it's like
Oh wait.
such
yeah,
a good
so
job.
my-
It's like it's almost like you should find a way to just wake everybody up and say, "Hey, check out what I fucking did
Yeah.
with my Halloween, expertise,
Yeah,
makeup
Yeah, but
artist."
what
what
a-
I can fucking do.
I
What a
mean,
good show ending, though. Her just peeling that off, and we all get to. I want to see it. I want to
Yeah.
see
Okay.
it.
Yeah. No,
And then
I
she's
agree,
gonna
but,
come.
like, at
Helena's
the
gonna
same
come
time, we
back.
should send out a flyer that says like, "Hey, bitches, are you offended?"
why would anyone be offended by this? I hope not.
Yeah.
My
So
bad.
so we're gonna have Helena back again next Monday, and she's gonna do
Yes.
something else. So this was
Okay.
fun, huh? I had a good
Thank
time.
you.
Helena,
Alright.
wait though. If you're gonna come back next time,
Yeah.
I need you to talk to us more a little bit while you're
Okay.
Well,
doing it.
she's busy, and
I know you're busy.
I-
I know you're busy, and I know, like, believe me. Okay. I'm just saying, like, I think that our 8.3 million followers and us, more so us.
Has it gone down 0.3 from 8.6?
8.6,
Comes on the
however
show
many,
right
yeah. It's gonna the variance is very important, John. It's very important. Okay. But anyways, blah blah blah. Not so much us. We need to know, like we want to hear
Well,
from you.
she'll probably be talking more next week because she's gonna bring her friend Mr. Lopez on. What's
Yeah,
his
I definitely want
hashtag?
to meet him.
If he's
Definitely wanna meet him.
willing to, it's it's Mr. Lopez now, and then the spaces are underscores. All right, you guys
Okay.
ready to watch this come off?
Yeah, let's watch it.
All right, here it goes.
Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
oh, it's like different. It's totally different layers. Like
yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
what I'm peeling off is the latex, and
It dries quick in between each layer. It doesn't all go together. That's interesting.
yeah, it's and then this part is just like water-based makeup, like kind of like watercolors, but not really. And this does not feel the best. I'm gonna take it off. So.
Does it
so
hurt?
good.
Little bit. Sometimes it like grabs like baby hairs, and then it's like an impromptu waxing session that I didn't. ask for.
Yeah.
But I mean, it keeps your complexion so glowing, you know? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
it's good.
do you have problems with breakouts or anything from any of the products, or because you wash it off like,
I'm very, very diligent about like washing my face immediately after. I never leave like these things on for a long period of time. Like I don't go to like parties or anything and like leave it on forever. I don't leave like the latex on, but I will leave like a cream based makeup or like water based makeup.
Are you sure that that's the best approach, for your complexion? I mean, I just want to know.
What
no,
do you
she
mean?
has really nice skin. That's why I was wondering, because I mean, I have worse skin than she does, and she's putting
I
this-
definitely have worse skin than she does. But, that's not the
No,
point.
she has got like totally clear. There's no bumps, nothing at all. I mean, for someone that has special effects makeup, you'd think there would be some kind of, but it's, what do you use? Like what cleansers and stuff? What do you, or
I
you
try
just
to mix it up actually. I found that that's the best thing is like don't use the same product over and over again because then your skin will get used to it and then your skin might break out and like it's not as effective anymore.
Fucking
Cool.
insight, bitches.
Yeah.
switching it up? Oh, that's so rad. Helena, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on. We
you.
had so much
Yeah.
fun with you.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited for next week. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
what I'm gonna do.
we're gonna have a good time.
Right?
So
Awesome.
John and Joe and Helena and everybody, good night.
Good night, all. Bye.
Bye.
Wait.